Today on 15 on 15.
Aruba's visitors have spoken. Today on 15 on 15, these are the 6 main issues in Aruba's tourism industry. Plus, the elite empire inaugurates e-agency. And the University of Aruba holds a record-breaking open house. Dorshan Salmon has more on tonight's 15 on 15.
Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 TV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. With tourism being Aruba's main economic pillar, the island strives to constantly adapt its tourism strategy to coincide with the ideal Aruban experience. Well, the best way to find out what a visitor wants to do is simply by asking. That's exactly what the Aruba Tourism Authority, together with the Ministry of Tourism, did. They asked over 3,000 stayover visitors about their vacation experience to find out what are the island's strengths and their weaknesses. From these questionnaires, 6 factors stood out from the rest as to why visitors do not spend more on their Aruban trips. From January 2014 to June 2015, an in-depth analysis was performed on 3,000 reviewers written by Aruban visitors. The purpose of this analysis was to gather more insight on the spending barriers experienced by tourists. The studied categories were food and beverage, shopping activities, and casinos. As a result from this research, 6 main factors were discovered as to what are the spending barriers within the Aruban tourism market. The first concern was poor service in Aruba. This is categorized in any tourism-related entity. This could be a restaurant, store, hotel, taxi driver, etc. The Minister of Tourism, Otmar Oduber, believes that a way to improve the quality of service in Aruba is by motivating employers within the tourism market to participate together with their employees in the Aruba Certification Program. This is an educational program which helps employees of the tourism industry enhance their knowledge on the product Aruba. Focus on excellence in service, all while considering a sustainable future. The second point that was mentioned in this review is that visitors are not getting value for their money for either products or services purchased. Thirdly, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, Otmar Oduber, addressed the lack of authentic Aruban products as a spending barrier.
The discussions that we want to have to give the opportunity to these authentic product and services to be more part of the clustering, either in the main street of Oranjestad, either in the concept of having San Nicolas to become the heritage and cultural city of Aruba, or maybe at hotels itself, to make it possible that they can rent a space at a much lower cost that would benefit not only the local artists on the island and bringing the authenticity to the visitors, but it's very clear that if we can make it part of their whole experience in Aruba, that it's logical that they will be contributing more and the tourism expenditure will increase once given this opportunity.
A fourth big hindrance for spending of the island is a lack of payment options. Although tourism destinations around the world have adapted to the use of credit cards, many tourism-related entities on the island still only accept cash. This becomes clear when all taxis, water sport entities, and beach chair vendors on the island do not accept any other form of payment. Tourists have also expressed a lack of variety and authenticity in Aruba's activities, especially the family-friendly versions. Visitors would like to do a lot in a limited amount of time. And finally, the survey has expressed a lack of luxurious casinos on the island as a reason for a lack of spending. These issues were tackled in a brainstorming session by leaders of Aruba's tourism industry. Together, they will form a team to focus solely on the improvement of these spending barriers.
We wanted really to say, we are not talking about the future visitors, we are not talking about new visitors. Let's just talk for a second about who's visiting us already. And that's this survey was about, just to make sure what can we make better, how can we make it more accessible for our tourism to be able to spend more on the island. And we concentrated on that part because that's like the most very low hanging fruits that you can grab, that you can take right away. And we really wanted to make it exclusivity or exclusive on these 6 points of which we want to see a correction in the future.
We'll be back with more 15 on 15 right after a word from one of our sponsors.
When we come back from the break, this is E-Agency, Aruba's first talent management and booking agency.
Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15A TV. Over the course of last week, Elite Empire inaugurated Aruba's first talent agency. The new elite brand named E-Agency will focus on the administration, management, and booking of a variety of local musicians, leaving them the paperwork and letting the artists do what they do best.
I started off with sound and lighting, and we're doing productions and everything, so from there I saw a gap. Like, we had a lot of local artists with a lot of talent, but they had nowhere to go. So I started with Jayon, which is Biggie Boy, and through him, like, we started up a band, and started producing, and from there on, like, a lot of local artists came to us and say, hey, we want to help, we want to do projects, we want to start different things. So, like, we started helping different artists to start, everyone tried to get all the local artists together, start working on different projects, so we can have a name for Aruba.
E-Agency will function as a management and booking agency in one. They will handle bookings, take over paperwork, and payments. Most importantly, they will push to get international opportunities for Aruba's musicians.
For us, we just want to promote Aruba, actually, and have us. I mean, we're a small island, but we have a lot of talent here, so we want to make sure that the world hears of us, and actually promote our local artists, because they don't have anywhere to go to, and that's what we want to do. Put them all together, make unique projects, and bring out their talent.
Their original team of 10 artists, bands, and DJs include well-known musicians such as Jonathan Teal, Bulleria, and DJ Nutsbeats. Their initial group represents a variety of genres such as R&B, hip-hop, techno, and of course, local music.
To start off with this group because it's very diverse in genres and what they are able to do and their qualities. And from here on, we do aim to scout for other artists here locally and internationally.
So why should a musician contact E-Agencies versus going solo?
Diversity within the team, and that we've already noticed that artists within the team that we've signed right now are already contemplating on doing stuff together, and there's so much talent in so many different genres here on one island, which is very unique itself, because even in other countries around the world there's mostly one genre that they're very strong in, but not that diverse, and we have that here. So I do think that with these possibilities and the connections that we have internationally, and the support and the guidance that we can give with the team that we have and the knowledge that we bring with the four of us makes it worth signing with us.
For more information, you can visit the agency's page on Facebook. Moving forward, this week, the Dutch national airline KLM announced that they will be adding flights throughout the next 3 months in anticipation for the busy summer season. Between July 8th and September 4th, the Dutch airline KLM will operate additional flights between Amsterdam and Aruba, committed to meet demand and rising. The additional flights are on Sundays and will be operating using Airbus 330-200. In total, KLM will operate 6 weekly flights to Schiphol, and during that period, also a route of Amsterdam-Curaçao will be available. With the flights on Friday and Saturday, the weekly number of flights between Schiphol and the island will be 11 per week. Aruba's Minister of Tourism, Otmar Odeberg, states that he believes this additional flight could become a long-term option for the island. We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break.
After the break, our 15 on 15 correspondent Dorshan Salmon has more on the University of Aruba record-breaking open house.
Thank you for joining us right here on Channel 15A TV with Daniela Piazzi. Graduating time is just around the corner, and this is the time when most of those that will be receiving their diplomas are looking towards their academic direction in the next school year. Many island students will travel to Europe, the US, or Latin America, but increasing numbers are interested in the far more affordable choice of remaining at home with their families and attending one of the 4 faculties now offered at the University of Aruba. This year, during their semi-annual open house, they received a record amount of prospective students in their classrooms. Our 15 on 15 correspondent Dorshan Salmon has more on this story.
Thank you, Daniela. We're here at the University of Aruba and they had a record-breaking open house. Let's hear what they have to say about that.
On April 7th, the University of Aruba had their first open house of the year. The purpose of these sessions are to inform new incoming students of the variety of possibilities to study at the university.
This one in spring is very important because this is the time of year when the students really are getting ready to graduate and making their choices for their further study.
But this time, Aruba's graduating students seem more than eager to further their education in Aruba.
Yesterday was record-breaking with the number of people attending. I don't have the exact numbers, but we have separate information sessions for all the different programs, and they were packed. It was standing room only in some of the classrooms, so that was very successful, and with people that really are interested to come and study here in Aruba instead of going to Holland or to the US. So that's good. Studying in Aruba also means that the people, after they complete their study, stay here in Aruba and work and contribute in developing Aruba. Whilst if they go to Holland or somewhere else, they might not come back, and then you get a brain drain of those people that really can contribute to the further development of the island.
And although their longest standing programs have always brought a steady stream of incoming students, it is the university's most recent additions that were drawing in the crowds.
Newer programs, which are hospitality and our social work, and also our organization governance and management program, are drawing more and more interested. Where they, in the first couple of years, had smaller classes, we see that class size growing now.
During this evening, the university also introduced a new program named the Academic Foundation Year,
which is basically a bridge program between high school and higher education, and serves to prepare our students better to make a good choice on what they want to study, but also work on their study skills, their language skills, and their research skills. We've launched that yesterday, and we had more than 100 people showing up for that information session.
So there you have it. For more information on the University of Aruba and application deadline, you can go to www.au.aw. For 15 on 15, I am Dorshan Salmon.
Thank you, Dorshan, and be sure to stay tuned to 15 on 15 next week to find out why the University of Aruba may be the ideal choice for local graduates. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 10:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.